Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the underrated one, the number one grinder. One of the best kept secrets on YouTube. Believe that. Welcome for another the Underrated Breakfast Fellowship, the Underrated Breakfast Fellowship Live. Only men come up to the panel. Only men come up to the panel. That's it. That's how we do it. You know how we do it. Ladies, you want to support? Greatly appreciate it. Support from the chat. Again, greatly appreciate it. Only men to the chat. Um, while we wait for some more people to come in and brothers, the ones that I send a link to the brothers to come straight to the panel. So just when you hear my voice, just come straight to the panel. You don't have to wait. Okay. I guess I'm gonna do while we waiting here. I'm gonna read this before I'm gonna do a little commentary. Okay. But I hope everybody's doing fine. And let me put this out there because I'll be late saying this. Anybody that is traveling to your destination or home, please let us know. So you can get there wherever you at, you can get there safely. Okay? And then if I'm not forgetting, I'm gonna say it throughout the chat. And also please stay tuned. Today, 6:30 is going to be powerful, very informative. So please come back at 6:30. Got some powerful talk to the fam. All right, it needs to be addressed. Okay, so 6:30, the underrated one will come back. We'll be back. You know, there's a lot of I hear lot of things been happening in men's spaces. Not new to this. Been hearing it for a long time. And it seems that some of us still want to push our own narrative to some other brother, to other men. We're not respecting their journey. We don't even respect what hardships they have to overcome. Seems that we make fun of the ones that overcome and had hardships. And that's, to me, I get angry over that. There are some men, they think they in life, they just want to have fun, no matter if you're young or old. You think it's all about you. I'm talking about some. I believe there's a place for everything. True. See, quiet for some of us as brothers, we be thinking that we are balanced, but we deep down inside we not. And there are some that see from distance. You know, and that's a conversation that we need to have. Now they go and say, hey, underrated. You know what you're talking about. We do such and such. You know, yeah, it's good to learn from others. There's no doubt about it. But at the same time, you got to walk your own journey. If you want to start a family, no, There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to be with that significant one that makes you happy on a relationship, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to talk about invest in your own legacy and stocks and bonds and other stuff, there's nothing wrong with that. If a brother has a 9 to 5 job and he's striving, he feeding his family, and but he looking for to better that, there's nothing wrong with that. I feel that throughout the years that we lost a touch of each other, especially us as black men. We like to be the top of the cream of the crop because we feel that our narrative that what we pushing is the way to go. No, that is you push it. That is your journey, and that's how it is. Oh, they go base of boxing talk. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, brother. So salute to basement boxing talk. And so for me,
Salute, brother. Salute, salute.
salute to you. Thank you. Appreciate that you be here. And peace to you and your family.
Peace
Thanks
to
for
you,
serving
brother.
our. Thanks for serving our. Thanks for serving our community. Thanks for be there for your family.
Yes, sir.
And thanks that you take out the time and listen to the brother. Very much important. He this man. See, this brother right here is an entrepreneur, but he takes the time because he knows that is important. He is the leader of his household, and also he serve his community. He don't boast about it. He just listen. This is need to be done. Now I'm going to do it. See, see. I'm from old school. I believe is this that if you have opportunities, you help others. Despite how they, you cannot help everybody. Yeah, that is true. You're right. But I believe help others. Even like whatever little opportunity you have, and you benefit from it, you help others. Sheila E, good morning to you. Appreciate you coming. No, yeah, and it seems to me that us as black men, we losing our touch. We don't embrace each other journey. But it seems like that some of us got to be in a certain group to be accepted. Instead of being with true ones that is that are still struggling. See, we let that almighty dollar get in the way of building. We letting certain associations get in the way of respecting each other. And I'm talking about the young brothers and the old brothers. See, I'm talking like this because I've been through things, and then also we don't respect each other life experience. And I would tell that about how dare you could tell me what about my life experience ain't really ain't nothing that I'm complaining. I thought there's a certain space that that is all about finding answers and building and see and to help others. But it seems to me that there are some brothers out here, they are picking certain brothers to head up certain narratives of us as brothers. Nah, I'm my own person. I'm my own purpose within God's divine purpose. And I know there are some brothers out there hearing right now. It's going out there on the radio. You don't know what you're talking about. You this and that. Okay, I accept that. Hey, that's what you think about. That's what you think about me. But let me tell you one thing: the number one grinder always grind for months, and I pass that grind to others. I have proven that. Wherever I say, wherever I do, I give myself to help others because it needs to be done. Now, there's some that accept it, not accept it. My thing is all about be there, learning, be around brothers that we building, that we learning each other, keep in contact. And before I'm gonna hit you or hit you, I'm gonna hit you see in a few seconds. Let me get this. Let me rock on this. I can tell you that basement boxer talk keep in contact with me. Brother Seed keep in contact. I'm just talking about the brothers. Brother Seed keep in contact with me. Go Professor. Um, Brother Shango, Black Star. He keep in contact with through the internet, but I know he gonna hit me up sooner or later when he get a telephone number. I ain't worried about that. Brother Clarence McLean, because they know what I bring to the table, and also I know what they bring to the table. See, we don't email each other enough. We don't keep in contact with each other. How are they doing? We always want to see, oh, I got this and I got that. What you haven't done. Oh, I'm gonna go. Oh, there's some of them do this. I'm gonna go in this brother channel. I'm gonna see what I get from him and take some of them people and bring it over to my channel so I can interview them and I could do what I do so I could show up on this brother. And I'm gonna say this: that's some pussy shit. That's some sucker shit that needs to be called out. That's some bottom boy shit. Excuse my language, God. Trust and believe. Excuse me. I be seeing that too. Be on the be. Stop talking about some. Be on the chat and be on the panel like you somebody. You not you stick your nose up, stick your nose down at another brother. Oh yeah, I see me. Look at me. You might as well put the dunce hat in your head and say, look at you, asshole. Look at you, asshole. And we wonder why the brotherhood is in shambles. You wonder why there are some young brothers don't disrespect the older brothers because the older brothers doing the same damn thing as the younger brothers do. You supposed to grow up. Then you got some young brothers, they don't know what the hell they talking about. And then the older brothers, the one that has substance, they're trying to steal them the right way, so they don't have to go through what the older brother go to. They stick they nose at them. Or I'm just this. I'm not gonna say how I'm saying, but I'm telling you this: if we don't get our own selves together as black men. I'm talking men, period. Yes, as black men. Like I said, brother, she's live last night. We gonna genocide ourselves, just as the late great Curtis Mayfield is. We gonna hurt ourselves, and the ones that hold the milk and honey up top, y'all gonna crumble too. Stay on the top is a great feeling. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you play any sports, anybody knows what I'm talking about here. But play a sport, yeah, you gotta have your superstars here, but you gotta have a whole team. You gotta have that person gonna do the extra to keep the team growing. It seems like I said, visual never lie. Visual never lie. It seems like that there's quite a few superstars in these men's spaces, and it's not trickling down to the real ones that really be in this struggle of this system of things. You got older brothers and another group of older brothers being misled. You got younger brothers and other young brothers being misled. Because a lot of us do not want to switch up. A lot of us do not want to change. We figure whatever we make good for us is okay. Okay, it makes it good for you. It makes it good for you. But see, life is always evolving. I don't want to be around a black man that's trying to hurt me. Then I have to defend myself. If I had to defend myself when it comes on my rep, oh yes, I'm going to defend myself. And I always say you're going to lose. But who wants to be in that mindset? Why we gotta be on that mindset? So your brothers think you have it all and everything. You figure that your mind now when I'm pushing, that is correct, and you knock and then you knock a certain person to another brother down. You need to take a look in your mirror and say, what I'm doing, I could do a little more. I'm not saying it could be financial, but it could, like I said, it could, you could go to, you have an email, brother. I just want to check on you. See how you are right. See, we think it's all about me, instead of the team. There's quite a few brothers out here that they are very stuck on themselves. They don't want to change. But you better change because if not, life is gonna let you know that you're gonna make a change. And that's my very first the underrated breakfast fellowship live commentary. I've been not gonna do it often. Go professor, check your link. Check your phone. I send a link to your phone. All right, D Hodges, what's good? Love Tam, thanks for coming. Rainy woman, thanks for coming. To a Boston talk, thank you. Appreciate that. Let me do these brothers. Oh, okay, brother Sheed, I'm sorry. Brother Basement Talk. Good morning to your brothers. How you doing?
Going
Yeah.
on. I want to let Basement Talk go ahead because he was here before me, and I'm gonna come in after him.
Go ahead, go
Gotcha.
ahead, go ahead. Wait, I'll let you talk, sheet.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you just want to give you a little respect because I know you was here before me. But yeah, man. Like I say, in this space, the information is not being given to a lot of people. I witnessed on the channel yesterday where you had the disconnect between the older generation and the younger generation. You know, you have guys that nowadays using phones. to become multimillionaires, man, creating apps, you know, it's farther along than the older generation, in a sense to where you at right now in your life, if you're probably 50, 60 years old, you kind of got life going for yourself. You got a plan, you know what you want to do. You got guys doing that at 25, some of them even 20, depending on their maturity level, you know, and that speaks highly to situations. I can look at my son and I know my son ain't ready to do certain things. You know, I can look at my daughter and know my daughter has the capability to do far the more greater than me at her age. And I can only do two things: give her advice to push her on, give my son advice to let him know that this is not your time or move to something else. Because ultimately, your kids. And even when you're giving younger people advice, you know, I'm real good when I give kids toys because I vet the kid. I play with them, you know, whether it be my nephews, cousins, or anybody's little kid. I ask them, what do you like? What do you do? You know, and I'm very creative. So I start looking for things that I know might interest them. You know, it was one time I went to a birthday party, just small little story. Went to a birthday party, you know, everybody at the party, I think it was like movie Happy Feet. Everybody came in there, spent 50, $80 for these little Happy Feet toys. Man, I went to the stuffed animal section, bought a big old penguin, $15. When she seen that penguin, the little girl, she grabbed it, took off out of the rec room, you know, and just took off running. They had to go get her. They were like, where you going? She was like, she don't want nobody to take her toy. And, that speaks with the knowledge with these youth. When they get some type of knowledge from somebody that's giving them something, they go and run with it, man, because it's powerful, you know. But if you don't have nobody giving them good knowledge, good information so they can grow,
Mm-hmm.
ultimately they're dead inside, man. You're giving false information, giving them, no hope for the future. I've heard guys talk about certain things. I'm like, well, what are we doing? Like, we giving false hope for the future that, my generation, we did what we could. You guys' generation is over. I'm like, man, that's crazy.
So let me ask you, brother. See, now what I'm saying. Let me now. I could be corrected. What everything I say? Am I wrong? Or he probably didn't hear me. Um, brother,
I'm in a bad
basement boxing talk. Oh, okay. No,
I'm
can
in
you
a
hear me
bad
now?
area. Go ahead. I think I'm in a bad area.
No, I'm just saying. Now, what I'm saying, I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong. Because like I
Oh,
said,
okay.
ultimately in this space, man, you got a lot of guys that come in here and they put some message for the check. You know, it went from, like what I've been hearing, that this space was built for guys to get the information, to learn, like the old folks say, not to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. But ultimately, this space is just, turned into it's a check. Same thing with the women's space. Like I say, echo chambers over there, echo chambers over here. You hear a lot of talking points. I've told guys
Mm-hmm.
when they say certain things, and I tell them, well, what about men that do this? Well, that's a female talking point. I say, well, what's the male talking point? They get caught like a deer in the headlight. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
in certain cases, I 100% am with my brothers. But if we don't hold each other accountable for the things that we do, how are we no different than the females what they do?
Mm-hmm.
When the females are not holding those women accountable that say certain things, do certain things, we're in the same boat. And I look at this all the time and I shake my head. Like I tell guys, I don't have a dog in the fight in most cases when you guys start. running down the things that female do because technically I'm married, and the thing is, my marriage can go down. Never know, but I'm not going through life scared. You know, trying to move around a certain way because of my past relations, my past issues. You got to hold your head up high. As a man, that's what you do. You hold your head up high. You take fault for whatever you did and everything that's not your fault. You get an understanding not to move or deal with people a certain way. You know.
Thank you. All right. That's what's up. Thank you. Um, Basement boxing talk. You can cut in too if you want.
I was just wanted to chime in on something you were saying
Go ahead.
earlier. Like, it's like for real. It's like the blind leading the blind because some of the OGs, when I was younger, some of the OGs, they used to sit up there and they used to sit down and they used to run us out off the streets, or you know, keep us away from trouble and all that. But then as time went past, and as I got older, and generations of new generations of youth is coming up, it's like a lot of the OGs ain't there no more. They weren't there no more. And then you got a lot of the OGs, like brother She said, is doing stupid stuff to where they still out there with the young boys. So some of the young boys like, man, hold on. If you stand on this same corner with me and you 50 years old, or you 45 years old, and I'm 18, 19, how the fuck I'm supposed to listen to you? You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it, like he said, a lot of it be show and tell. It be show and tell. So what it is, even though the OG might be on the block with him, he might not got much, but he got some knowledge. Them young motherfuckers don't want to hear because he in the same boat that they in. They can't see the difference. But
Mm-hmm.
let somebody let one of their peers ride up in the Benz truck or Porsche or whatever. Let him jump out. Let him get to talking whatever he got to talk. They gonna look at him like he God Almighty.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And
Yeah.
OG that's sitting right there on the corner, standing next to the young boy, telling him like, "Hey, listen, you need to better yourself, or better your situations, your surroundings." They don't want to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to hear that. It's show and prove. So if the OGs ain't got nothing to back up what they saying, a lot of the youth don't want to hear it, bro. A lot of youth don't want to hear it. My daughter, she a senior in high school, and I talk to her a lot. You know, I'm staying on top of my daughter, but just having conversations with my daughter and about life in general, man. A lot of these kids don't even believe in God.
No.
You know why? Because they can't see it. They can't see it. You feel me? A lot
Mm-hmm.
of these kids, bro, and these new generation kids, what they call them Generation X or whatever, they got to see it to believe it. They don't give a fuck. You can have a hundred gold medals and Nobel. You could have won a Nobel Peace Prize. They don't give a fuck because they ain't see it. And guess what? They'll look at you like you sit up here telling a lie. Like, man, I won the Nobel Peace Prize. They be looking at you like, man, is this old motherfucker retarded or what? That ain't our time. We ain't see it. You feel me? So over the years, the OGs stopped being OGs and they became G's. So the youngsters running around, they calling themselves OGs and they ain't learned nothing. They don't know, they ain't learned nothing. But they say they still wet behind the ear.
Yeah. It's funny. I was on I was on Art and Style channel one time, and he had his, he's a teacher, so he was saying that he had some issues with a kid, and the kid was like, well, I got to talk to my OG about coming to class and certain things, the lifestyle, the gang and stuff. So when he said the guy's name and the guy was, I guess, in the area, he knew the guy. He taught the guy like no more than about 4 or 5 years ago. He's like, the guy was
See
no
what I'm
more than
saying?
23,
How you OG?
23 year old OG. How you an OG at 23? You still wet behind the
Mhm.
ears. You still was
Mhm.
the baby gangster. You just leveled up
Right,
from a baby gangster. How you become an OG at 23?
right.
Yeah, that's like you said. It's like the blind leading the blind. I didn't get the lessons that were taught, so I'm just gonna mess up the next person's life and tell them do what I did, and maybe they'll scathe through and be okay.
And then just to add to what Brother She's saying, like then it's like this too. Like a lot of a lot of people out here, even me, I done been through some stuff. So if I done been through some stuff, I'm gonna warn my little youngsters, whether they my nephew or they ain't my nephew. I still call them my nephew. You feel me?
Mhm.
And you you try to just guide them in the right direction. I think I messed up. I'm at work and I'm
Mhm.
you got confused. I'm working and talking to y'all. But damn man, I forgot what I was trying to say, bro. I forgot what I was trying to say. It'll come right back to me.
Talking about with the OGs, I was saying basically with the OGs and the kids being so young, being OGs at 23 and stuff like that, man. You know,
Right, right,
they don't even have the experience.
right. And then this another thing too. These guys these guys want to claim our youngsters want to claim OG. When we was coming up, the OGs didn't claim OG. They got claimed. You understand?
Mhm. Yep.
You don't just go around like I'm an OG. Nah,
Right.
motherfuckers gave you that. They gave you that title OG.
Right. Right. That's what I'm saying. Because let me tell you, because when this is during the time that my mother, she was in the hospital. She no longer here. And when I came in, and I was like, yeah, what up, OG? So I kept on walking. Nah, what up, JT? You OG? I was like, oh, who? Cause they remember me. They said, what up, OG? How you doing? I'm all right, man. I heard your mom's in the hot. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? And it was like one guy. I said, what's up to him? He act like Don Shalaka. So you act like you don't know nobody no more? Yo, whatever. So, the same guy told me, no, 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 OG, let me check that. Go. I said, all right. And they checked it. Because you know why? I wasn't looking for the corn OG. You hear what I'm saying? I leave an example. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to search for it. See, this is the thing that the space too. They be calling these young boys OGs because they figure they got these, they got a business or they got this and that. But you still ain't finished living yet.
Hey, let me add to that real quick. With the OG saying now, man, these young cats they just put it out. They just say it just to say it because it could be an older cat around a younger cat, and just because that older cat ain't got his game all the way together, he ain't call the younger cat OG or big
Yeah.
bro. You feel me? He ain't calling big bro. How you call this nigga 40? He 40 and you 22. But you calling the
hmm
22-year-old nigga big bro.
Right. Exactly. You know what I mean? Or this too. You got some brothers that are a little younger than me, and they ain't all about no jealousy. They say, "Oh yeah, I got more than you do." But I'm gonna look down on you. But I tell them young bro, I say you can still learn from that young brother, that older brother that that is still in the streets. That's still doing the thing. You know what I mean? And I salute you, brother. You every opportunity you took advantage and make good for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Your basement, you gotta mute your mic, bro.
I'm my bad.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to go ahead and touch on that too, man. It's
yeah,
funny
God.
how we we get things confused. Like you guys were talking about with the OG status. We get a lot of things confused with that OG status to the point where the older guys are calling these younger guys OG because they want the game. They
Mm-hmm.
come to them with the palms, up instead of down. Like the Godfather, he would have his palms down as a sign of you to respect him, like kiss the ring. But then you have
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the older guys come with palms up, begging for a blessing, trying to receive something from them guys. Because like I
Mm-hmm.
ultimately said, you got guys that probably peaked 30, they peaked in their career at 30. You know, you got guys now
Mm-hmm.
making six figures in the early 20s. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
they took a risk in life, gambled, and it paid off. Look at a lot of the sports guys, basketball players and stuff. Look how they move in this area. You know, they do everything proper, the right way. They go to school, they get good grades, they get drafted, they go to these teams, you know, everything to win. Then you have situations to where the parents get involved, and if they're good parents, they're showing these kids how to, deal with the money aspect. Don't let the fame go to their head. Look at Marshawn Lynch, man. This guy didn't get that type of mentality, what I'm saying, without having a good mentor, you know, seeing how to save his money all them years in the league. You know, you got other players, that nobody really never talks about. I mean, prime example, you got guys who never seen Muhammad Ali fight. I've never seen him fight live. I've seen videos of him, but I would never go out there and say at any given day Muhammad Ali is trash. I would never say Muhammad Ali don't amount to anything because this guy hands back in the day was amazing. You would throw a Mayweather out there. Mayweather has the stamina, but the skills that Muhammad Ali had compared to other guys, you know, the moves were there. You know, just like Roy Jones, you fighting people with your hands down. Like you're looking to get knocked out. You gotta have your skills to a certain level, to position yourself to play with people in that type of mindset, man. That when it comes down to it, just like Basement Boxing Talk said, OGs are not called. You know, that you don't have to tell somebody to call me an OG. That as a sign of respect, it's given. You don't have to say OG. As a sign of respect, it's given. My uncle, when he was older, they used to always, what up, Pops? What up, Pops? Calling him old man. What up, Pops? And he was like, man, all these young boys be calling me Pops. Man, I need to cut my hair down. And I'll give him a little gray in. And I'm like, oh, you getting old, man? He like, no, I'm young. He get around, he get the jump, woo. You know, 5 minutes later, he around there rubbing on them knees, man. Like, boy, I'm like, hey, just accept it, man. You're an OG. Just accept it. A lot of people don't want to get old. Like I tell my friends, man, I don't care when the young kids call me old. I don't care when people call me old. I move a certain way. I might move like I'm young, but I know I'm not young minded. I don't have that young body, but at the same time, you know, when you get age, you should start to get some type of wisdom. And that's what a lot of these guys are not getting, the wisdom, the mindset to, be better, to kind of grow themselves better than what they are now. And that's what I don't see with a lot of the youth, man. They The mindset is not there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, and also, man, we just, I was watching on this live like few Few weeks ago. Remember this guy talking about, I said, yeah, man, I overcome everything, you know what I'm saying? And he was telling him, say, "Yo, young brother, just keep on doing what you gotta do. You on the right track." And this brother was generally telling me, "You on the right track. Yo, here's my email. I'm gonna give you change numbers. I'm gonna tell you certain things that I've been through. You don't have to go through, but you on the right track." Another brother got in there. Yo, man, you need to leave that motherfucker alone. He on his own,
Yeah,
huh? What?
yeah, yeah. Hey, they don't. You got to understand. You got a lot of older guys that try to help the youth not make the same mistakes. In general, if if you have kids or don't have kids, you still want the best for the next generation because they the future. You know, Dennis Sperlin always talks about that on his show. We need to tack these kids right now before they get to be adults. Because when they're kids, you can mold them. When they're
Yeah.
adults, that's when they start robbing you and everything else. Don't and people who always kind of discard the youth, these are the same kids within the next few years will be taking everything you got at your older age when you become successful. You know,
Yeah.
you didn't lay down the foundation to where you can kind of work with people, deal with people. Even if you don't go out in the community and deal with kids in your community, deal with your nieces and nephews because that's like manners. It spreads, man. When you have a kid say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, same thing applies. I know a guy. He told me he was an atheist, but every time somebody sneezed, we would say God bless you. Ultimately, he started doing it, and I'm like, dude, you're an atheist. What are you talking about? God bless you. And he was like, what? I'm like, but you're an atheist. Why are you saying God bless you? It started to be it started to be the common norm for people.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
But to finish up with the story, right? So I'm like, so the guy said, "Yo, so all right, you got all right, OG, you got yours." You did the other guy say, "You got yours. You don't want to help, man. Listen, ain't nobody help me, man." That ain't the point. That ain't the point, though. You know what I mean? Like you don't, and that's how some young ones are. And then you got the young ones. They like you said because we don't talk about it enough. But I gotta say this: there are some young ones. They look at certain people like in my age group. Oh, you ain't did nothing. Why I should listen to you, yo? Man, I'm giving you something, man. You go on a certain way that I've been through already. I don't want you to go through that, man. I don't have to listen to you. So they want to pick and choose. And that's a danger that's happening in these spaces, in these men's spaces too. Like they want to pick and choose. Like they feel like, listen, any black man that is prospering the right way. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong to have a nice car, and I'm not saying nothing wrong to have a nice house and do whatever you can to provide for your kids, provide for your family. I'm not talking about that. I salute you, especially at these times. I salute you and the ones that is giving the game, giving the information back and helping others. I'm not talking about you. You need to be commissioned, and you're not going to be noticed. But I'm talking about others that they are pushing their journey on others that is not fitting them. Got to mute your mic. Mute your mic, bro. Mute your mic.
I'm bad. I'm
yeah,
Okay.
they kind of start like a cult following, man. That's
Hmm.
all it is. There's nothing more than just like a cult following to where if you start seeing people being interested in what you're saying, you kind of start to see if you can get the masses to follow you. Look at Jim Jones. The guy made all those people die. It was because they believed in him.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And even like there's some going on right now in these spaces. You know what I'm saying? They again, I'm not saying nothing wrong with it, but I'm saying like they don't branch out. They recruit. I see some of these men when they can see something, they oh yeah, I want you to go listen to them. I want you to go. They stick within what they know, and they be doing this for years. But see, nobody don't want to talk about some of them because they figure, oh yeah, they good, but yo, but do you know what you heard in the brotherhood? When you don't branch out, do you understand that they are hitting gems in these in these spaces, hidden gems. We got brother Sheed that I've just talked to. You got brother Basement. I include myself. Yeah, I say go professor. And there's hidden gems. You got Black Star. You got Clarence McCain. The hidden gems. Like the people I've been with. Like you got Mark Nash. Hidden gems. They be on my panel. Nobody know how I know them because hey, dude, what's going on here? And so we got to be very, very truthful what's going on. And even you got, like I said, you got brothers my age, or even a little older than me. They do the same thing. I seen it. I shake my head. I say, okay, no, that's how you feel. But I'm just saying that our message had to be diverse. And I always mention this diverse. Oh, let me put this out there. Welcome to my channel, the underrated doctors. Yours truly, the underrated one, the number one grader, one of the best kept secrets on YouTube. Believe that. Trust me, believe that. And I do got a cash app. I put in the link. It's Cash App /$ capital JT 53000. Also, I have PayPal account, paypal.me / all in cash, all in one, JT Black 53. That's where it's at. If you can, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you don't have that, you can always please hit the low. You come and hit the like button and share this out. That'd be greatly appreciated. And then also, we gotta learn to support our interests. Yeah, you're almost 2K. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, you know, brother Art. Thank you so much. And that's another. I forgot. Oh my god, That's another channel you need to support, brother Art. He draws. He gave out wisdom, and he be in the community. He teach. He actually like the people that you see on TV on radio. He actually taught them. He actually had them in his class. See, these are the examples. These are the nuggets that we need to be around. But we don't.
Like I told you, I
We
mean, I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's like certain spaces I go to. They get
Yeah.
like I told Art when I go on his panel between you, Art, Gold Professor, and Roger. Y'all pretty much get first dibs over any channel I deal with. I make
I
my rounds
appreciate
to where
that.
I go on, but you guys get first dibs. I'm gonna go on your panels. I'm gonna talk. Like I said, if it's information that I can give to kind of give a message to help people, I'm in there on the panel. If not, I'm in the back typing away. Watching, and just surfing, making sure everything's okay within the chat.
Yeah. Art, you say you're almost at 2K? If you're almost 2K, we gotta get your help, bro. Cause I almost a 2K too. I don't know. I gotta check. I think I'm about 60, 75 away from 2K. I don't know. But you're almost 2K. That's great. That is great. And we're gonna keep this game going again. Like again, I got a cash app / capital JT 53000. Also, I have a PayPal account, paypal.me / all in one, all in caps to JT Black 53. Support your interest. Support your interest. Um, Bro, Sheet, if you do you wanna talk about what we was talking about tonight, and you can put in the content of what we talking about today as men. if you want, until I continue, if he's there. Well, he's not there. But and also today, okay. Oh, today I'm gonna do a live. I want y'all to go check it out. It's it's gonna be very informative. So 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Come back on this channel. You know, I ain't gonna tell you what it is, but if anybody that had Facebook, you already know. It's already on Facebook, and I believe I shared this. I gotta check though. If I don't share it, I gotta share it out throughout the other platforms later on. But I want you to go. I want you to be here. Very important. It's gonna be self live, but it's gonna be informative. Please, I want you to go check it out today. Check it out. Oh, basement got all. You know, appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. So, um, I want you to go check it out. But yeah, what? Let me ask you, brother. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, you say you are. Okay, okay. I got you, Art. But yeah, you still here? So tell people what you talking about lately. I know what you talking, but I want you to tell the other men what is you pushing for and why it's very essential. To had these conversations, please.
The main thing, like I said, dealing with like Art's channel, your channel, Gold Professor, like I said, even Roger, because I always tell Art between him and Roger's on the same plane. They might have different little conversations. The generations are different in those spaces, but ultimately they both pushing. What's the issue with the community? What are we doing with ourselves? And that's what I kind of push on my channel. I kind of talk about marriage and dealing with working, and my main thing is the next generation. Like I said, I talk about life insurance. To the extent that's bigger than anything. Everybody's talking about investing and stuff. That's fine, but let's invest in yourself. If you have $1 million in stock and you don't have any life insurance, when you die, all that goes to probate. Essentially, without the proper paperwork or everybody's doing their job, the states just take over everything. So
Hmm.
kind of get everything documented right. Like I said, get a life insurance. Get your beneficiary on there, because ultimately, when you have a family member dies and doesn't have any life insurance or just any type of will, or better yet, a trust, they essentially, it's like the reset button in our society. And a lot of times, society has always been reset in our corner to where it doesn't benefit us. So, I kind of push that, and, kind of let people see what's going on, the way we're handling things, what's the process moving forward. Because, like I tell guys in this space, we can talk about the women all day, but when are we going to start talking about money? When are we going to start talking about building? When are we going to start talking about the health? Like on Gold Professor, he talks about travel, he talks about health, he talks about reading. Everybody knows, listening to Dr. Tia Son Johnson, he talks
Hmm.
about the reading level of the young men growing up. Some of these guys can't get accepted in the college, you know, due to their grades, more or less. Just probably can't even read the test. You can scale and kind of go through things, scale through life without knowing how to read to a certain extent. But actually taking yourself into college, and you're actually having someone testing you and going through certain things, you only can get by for so long. I've known plenty of athletes in high school get passed because number one draft pick. This guy's gonna do major things, but then when he gets to college, nobody's knowing that he's in remedial classes because he can't he can't sustain in the regular classes. Some schools will give it a blind eye, some schools won't. You know,
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm, that's true. Yeah. But the question I want to ask you that the holidays is just around the corner. As a black man, what certain precautions that we need to take as a black man? The holidays around the corner, association, and certain things, and it's a lot of
when
things that's going to happen. Good.
yeah, when it comes down to it, man, less stress as possible. My wife get on me because I'm a big kid. My childhood was up and down, so my boys they pretty much get a lot of things, but rightfully so, they're good kids. Even my older kids, they get
Hmm.
they get things, but right, like I say, rightfully so, they're good kids. And ultimately, not putting yourself in debt, buying all these toys and things for the kids that they ain't gonna
Hmm.
do nothing and break. You know, I kind of got bigger things for them, but these are the things I already had, and I'm just giving it to them. But as far as Christmas, I told them I was like, if you want your gifts now, you can have them. One of my sons, he want to, be surprised. The other one, he said, I don't care. I want mine now. I want to play with my toys. They into Jurassic World. They just about got every Jurassic Park toy that they've made. You know,
Mm.
because they into
Okay.
dinosaurs.
The dinosaurs. Okay.
Yeah, they play. Man, my kids, I make them go in there, get off their phone, go in there and play with the toys. I tell them, I buy all these toys. You don't play with them, I'm not buying you no more toys. And they go drop the phone. No, I like my toys because one of my sons he parted away with a couple of his cars because he's starting to like bigger cars and everything. And the doors open. The Hot Wheels he like them. They're cool, but he like the bigger cars that open the doors, kind of more or less look at the features on the inside. So he's into that now. He's kind of putting his Hot Wheels down, but ultimately, that's the thing. You start to grow, life start changing, and you start adapting more to things.
That's good. Yeah. Like for me, that I'm not into holidays, so what what I do, I just reach out to ones that is single, that have lost their loved ones, and I reach out to them and talk to them. No, be an asset. I just want to be an asset. That's all. That's what I'm all about. I feel that's my channel's all about. Develop assets, of my channel so people can go and get it and receive it. Wherever I do. So and I feel that is very important. Let me read. Hey, welcome to my channel, the Underrated Darkness. Also welcome, another the Underrated Breakfast Fellowship Breakfast, the Underrated Men's Breakfast Fellowship live. And then we got brother Sheed up in here at first, and then basement boxing talk key lap. Hopefully he come back. It's just nothing but men that be on the panel, just men's. That's it. And also, hey, again, thanks for showing up my channel, Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the underrated one, the number one greater, one of the best kept secrets on YouTube. Believe that. Believe that. And we gonna keep this going. I'm not gonna be there that long because I got to get ready for tonight. And but I'll be there for you. You know, but I think it's more. I feel it's very important that we have these conversations. We got to make sure that we got to understand. We got to be on point. We got
Yeah,
to be on point where we do. Go ahead.
yeah, and I just want to make it the norm, man. That it's nothing wrong with having a family. I
Mhm.
kind of get, I could be wrong, but I kind of get this feeling to where, a lot of guys don't want a family, you know,
Mhm.
and that's my thing. If you don't want a family, don't give any information to a guy that wants a family. If you don't want a family, you shouldn't be giving information to a guy that wants a family. You know, if you don't want to be married, why are you telling a guy don't get married? You know, to an extent, and this guy wants to get married. Same
Or.
thing with information. Like I say, when Gold
Mhm.
Professor talks about his bike, I'm not gonna go tell a guy don't get a bike. They're horrible. You'll fall. You'll this. You'll that. That's from what I think about them. I could think they're dangerous, but if I've never ridden a bike and had that experience, how can I relate it to the next man? In certain cases, there's information you can solely say, well, from my understanding of what goes on with this, you don't want to try this. But in most cases, you can't just give people information, with the intent of trying to help them, and you don't want to go through that process. You know, I've ridden a bike. I know how it is to ride a bicycle. So if someone wants to learn how to ride a bicycle, if they have questions about bikes, I can give them that information. But when you're talking
Mhm.
about Harleys,
Mhm.
what they call crotch rockets and stuff, I haven't
Mhm.
had that experience. So how can I relay that experience to someone that they ask how's it is to ride a motorcycle? Well, it looks like it's a breath of fresh air, the wind's blowing in your face, and it's nothing like that. I don't
Right.
know. You know, I can
Mhm.
speak on riding a four wheeler. I've done that. That's close to it. But riding on two wheels and balancing, that's different than riding in a four wheeler. That's almost as if you're riding on a car, riding in a car.
Yeah. That's true. And also, I want you to talk on this too. And there are some brothers that have families, and then a brother probably say, "Yeah, I did what I have to do. I want to have family too." And some of them, these brothers, they talk down on that. You have a family. What's wrong? Another black man have a family that wants to be happy. Why you talk down on them if you have? Speak on that, please. And I follow up on that.
I mean, it's funny, and when it comes down to that, there's a lot of guys that should have never got married. You know, like I always tell my friend, he ultimately wanted to deal with his baby mama to kind of be in his son's life. And I told him, I said, when it comes down to your child, you don't have to marry that woman to be in your child's life. If she's gonna put you through the ringers for not marrying her, she's gonna do it with your permission or without your permission. So there's nothing ultimately you can do about it. You know, you kind of state the claim of, being in a relationship with a person and getting married. And if you were to have kids, you wouldn't have that issue. But if that situation do come about to where you have a child before you're married, you know, and you have to deal with the
Mhm.
issue of that, so be it. But the point of it is, don't harbor over another man telling them that, don't get married. That's not the way to be. And he's looking at you, you're married. Well, I
Mhm.
got married young, and man, if I could do it all again, I'll wait. Okay, give him that advice to wait and know when it's your time. Don't tell him to never get married, and then you killing off his legacy. And to be honest, as a man, if someone tells you not to get married or not to have kids and they have them, you you should question them in general to kind of figure out what was your motive in getting kids in the first place. Well, I was
Mhm.
wilding and I was doing my thing out there in the streets, and oops, that's what happened. So it's like basically you run around putting out oops babies in a
Mhm.
sense, to the point where you're not controlling yourself and you're making more and more kids. Don't give people that advice. Like I said, give them the advice to wait, take their time, understand what they're doing, get ready, because ultimately, like I say, a lot of people in our community, we don't plan to have kids. When I first got married, I didn't have my kids till, I want to say, close to 8 years. Was no 8 years. No, it was about four, about close to six. I think 6 years, 6 or 7 years before I had kids. No, between 5 and 6 years before I had kids. Because my thing was I want to make a little money. I mean, if the situation happened, I was gonna be prepared for it. But ultimately, I wanted to get some things in play before I had kids. You know,
Mhm.
and that's what a lot of people, we don't do. We don't plan to have kids. If the kid just happened, then we got to scramble to get things right. And ultimately, you see a lot of older men that have kids. Like I'll just be honest, it's more or less in the white community where they kind of plan things out. We
Mhm.
just go on the whim. If it happens, it happens. That's why you
Mhm.
have the older white men that are having kids in their later years, because they plan to have kids. They're not actually going out here doing what some of our younger kids doing now, having a lot of sex.
Mhm.
And when you have sex, it's more or less, it's like an addiction. That's like porn. Why you
Mhm.
think most guys are addicted to porn so much, man? It's an addiction. And if you don't know how to control it, you're just doing it because it's supposed to be the norm, or you're doing it because you like the feeling. Eventually, things start happening within that. That's when emotions get tied into, you know, the part of sex, to where you have crazy women doing certain things, you have crazy guys doing certain things, because
Mhm.
their emotions are tied in and so heavy, they're not thinking straight. So,
Yeah,
getting to the aspect of that, you know,
that's what's up. Yeah. One day in a I think sometime next year. I don't know yet. I'm gonna do a special underrated. I believe it's gonna be go. I don't think it's gonna be the men's fellowship live. I think I'm gonna put it on underrated men's talk. I'm gonna do a very special underrated men's talk. We're gonna deal with men have dealt with the loss of their sons or their daughters. That could be like, that the significant one had loss in the stomach or tragic or whatever. I think that we need to talk more about that. I think that if we're gonna talk about the trauma, if we're gonna deal with the trauma and stuff, we gotta talk. We gotta deal with that. So, and this is and also I'm going to keep on pushing to brothers who got molested by women. Now, let me explain this before I keep on going. Now, we do talk about men molest little boys and other factors, but we seems that when it comes to women molest little boys, we shy away from it. I have been talking about that on my channel often in the past, and I'm going to keep on bringing it up. No matter some of your black men like it or don't like it, I'm going to bring it up because this is the matter that we need to be serious about, because there are brothers out there that is not being mentioned. They've been turning their backs on it. Even some brothers out here have turned their backs on it. They make fun of it. And we felt to understand there are the emotional repercussions of it. That's for me, I dealt with it. So that's why like, hey, it was no help for me. So I'm gonna do part of my purpose. I'm gonna push this. And I'm gonna keep on pushing it because it needs to be said. But any brothers that y'all know out there that wants to talk now, if you don't want to talk about it, I understand. But if you want to talk about it, this is the channel that you can come to. And I'm just saying, brothers, when you hear this, embrace it. Embrace that brother. Be there for him. Get an email. Talk to him. Do not berate him. Do not look down on him. Because we gotta understand we still do not have that many spaces that we could talk about things like this. So I take upon myself as being a leader, I'm going to head this up. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Of some spaces it does. But I could say like this, I've been talking about it. And I have been getting pushback. But I don't care. I'm still gonna push it. Because there are some brothers out here that they act in a certain way and they hurt. And they need to be talked about. So before I continue, let me look at the chat and everything, see anybody that um any man that wants to get on, let me know. I did see the email. I did send out through the email. But if any man that wants to get on, feel free. Like I said, I'm not trying to be here long because I got to rest up to do 6 o'clock, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's somewhat a special, so I got to make sure that I got to tack into that. Brother She, do you want to say anything about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's that's a touchy topic where a lot of people don't want to deal with it, and then you kind of shame when you start telling people, as you know, you need to get over it and grow up. You know, it's funny when you don't live a certain experience and you're trying to tell people how to get over something that they've been through. That's like people who have been in divorces. You
Mm-hmm.
have guys on channels will literally tell them, forget the girl, and you got to understand, if you've been with a person for a long time, you pretty much have an emotional tie with them.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on certain divorces, it's hard to get over 'em, and that's what I tell guys, in this space, that's how a lot of guys we've met in this space on account of the issues that we had with women, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So it's technically kind of crazy. Oh, hold on one moment. It's technically kind of crazy. You would write that off as, forget talking about the women in some cases, or forget trying to make things work in some case. You know, this space is built on that within itself. We came here dealing with the issues of women, and we all came with an understanding of, trying to work with each other for the greater good. And like I tell most guys, in some cases, not everybody's, gonna get to a certain level, but you know, to help each other with the information, to work with each other, deal with each other, go through situations, that helps. Somebody just could had a rough day and built up stress, and like the old saying, when it rains it pours, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of this stuff just come on guys to the point where they don't have an outlet, you know and it's just that one little thing might push them over the edge. Somebody slam the
Mm-hmm.
door in their face and don't say thank you or something. Or, it's just the whole thing to where the guy just sitting here reflecting on stuff that happened within their life. You know, you could be that one call or that, one channel that can kind of save him from, commit himself to the afterlife.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah. So yeah, I got you. You're right.
yeah.
So I'm going to talk about that next year. I could talk about. No, I'm not gonna do it in a month because towards the end of the month I got some things stuff coming up I got to finish some series up anyway. At least get trying to get to it. But I will be mentioning that and I'll be setting up sometime next year, God's willing. And we need to address that. We gotta address it. So again, any brothers that got molested by women, feel free, reach out to me. You could send me a if you could put a comment on one of my videos or on my live. Let me know. Send me a comment. Then I would see my email. Yeah, nothing to worry about. And we could kick it. Behind the scenes and let's have a conversation. Then hopefully some brothers will step up and take advantage of this because it need to be talked about. And again, stick to the conversation. There ain't gonna be no switch up. Only men. This gonna be a special underrated men's talk. Let me repeat that again. It's gonna be a special underrated men's talk. Only men's gonna be on the panel. Ladies, you want to support from the chat? That'd be greatly appreciated. And I'm gonna put this out too because I did it too. Did it in the past. If I see any woman or man that disrespect anybody that get molested, and I'm gonna tell my doom shotters, that was my mom, doom shotters, AK them out of here. I repeat, AK them out of here. Cause we gotta make sure that they feel comfortable what they talk about. Because it's hard. But if we're gonna deal with this, we gotta talk it out. We gotta give them a space so they can feel comfortable up, so they could be inspired and get over it. And then also we're gonna talk to injustices about it too. Okay? So that's what's up. So Sheila E, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for keep on supporting. I appreciate that. Mm, what time's it? Mm, I'm gonna close it out. I say like nobody ain't come up there. I already said what to say. So all the brothers coming. So, brother C, make your last remarks, please.
All right. I just want to say, man, this was, like I said, the information that we get over here within these spaces, man, kind of it falls on deaf ear, man. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of guys in this space are more focused on the wrong things. Like I say, when it comes to the shiny stuff, everybody's here for the shiny stuff. But when it's time to build the communities and you know, nobody wants to build their own hut. Everybody wants somebody else to put in the work and they just want to come pick up the glory and the gratification, everything built. It starts with the foundation. Everybody has to come in and put a helping hand in to build something, you know, and you want to come in while doing the groundwork is I'm all for it. But don't come to the skyscraper when the building's been built and try to get recognition. And that's what I see a lot of guys in this space are doing. More and more I'm seeing it. They come to other people's channel and stuff to kind of get gratification after everything has been built. So we got to focus on getting to a level and an understanding to where everybody's doing things to better themselves and helping one another. And that's my closing statement.
No, but I want to ask you one question before I want you to stay there after I to make my last remarks. Tell people why that you like to come to this channel. What do you get? What do you get from it? Tell the people, so because maybe they don't know. Tell.
Yeah, like I told you. I mean, when it comes down to it, you have your variety of things. You have your sports, you know, you commentate about that, you talk about it, deal with the issues of sports. Men talk. That's what men do at the barbershop and have their fun.
Mm-hmm.
Men, we focus on serious topics, building the community. You you among a lot of guys that are in this space talk about the brotherhood and with guys joining together, doing something, building something, being something in the community, working with each other. A lot of guys, they want that. A lot of guys don't know how to handle the issue of what someone's going to say about them. And, that goes back to a situation I had with a guy the other day. I'm like, you're letting other people judge the outcome of your life. Now, if it's good, I have no problem with that. But if someone's giving you information and you deem it beneficial, that's for you. That's your decision to make. But if I'm looking at it and I'm knowing it's the wrong way, and I say something, you don't take it for face value, you know, like we always say, you can't save everybody. And ultimately,
Nope.
with the channel, we're trying to save everybody, but you know, you got to be able to have an ear to listen to understand what's going on to be saved. Like I
Mm-hmm.
tell guys about the burning house. Guys always yelling, talking about don't run into a burning house. When you got the guys over here giving you the fire extinguisher to put it out, you don't need to run into a burning house.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Stay
All
right
right, no
there. I
problem.
want you to close. We're gonna close out together as a family.
All right.
Again, anybody that's traveling, I should keep on always say it towards the end. I gotta work on that because I used to say always say it in the middle, doing the chat, doing the live. I'm sorry. Anybody that is traveling to your to your destination or home, I know I'm getting ready to close out. Please drop a comment of one of my videos or lives. Let me know that you can be there safe to your destination. Okay. Or I'm gonna put my email. I put my email before I continue closing this out. Gotta look out for yourself, family. Gotta do a better job. Trust and believe. It goes for me too. That's why I'm putting myself out there. Okay, this is my email. Anybody that is traveling to your destination or home, you can reach me on that email to let me know that you in the house safely, or you at your destination safely. It's very important. Get back what I'm saying now. I want to create a diverse space that we feel comfortable in. Also, to deal with issues that nobody do not want to deal with. I want brothers to be good. And I'm talking about the men's spaces. I want brothers to be good. Brothers to be, we can have fun. We can talk serious things. But at the same time, I want you to leave here to be inspired that you can come back, that whatever you say, it does count in a possible respective way. But there's one thing that I'm not going to tolerate. I'm not going to let, I'm talking about men. I'm not going to let no black man go disrespect my existence in this channel. No, I don't care who you are. I'm not going to let you do that. What I'm saying is that take the time to get to know that next black man and be there. And the clowns that still think it's all about them, want to play around, you gotta let them be. Hopefully they get it. Sometimes, hopefully they don't. I mean, I think let me change that. Hope they get it, but if they don't, they just don't. Do whatever you can in your journey. What positive for you? If you want to get married, get married. To be happy. You want to start a family, start a family. It's good. Don't let nobody derail from your journey, from your from your happiness. Because most of the time, I could tell you this, because they don't want you to get the certain things that they get. But understand, if they come at you that way, that means how they get it is not full appreciative, because they feel they entitled for it. And there's a lot of brothers in this space that y'all feel y'all entitled to certain things instead of put God first and work hard for it, no matter what it is. It don't have to be big; it could be small. And to have a greater appreciation. Like, I'm glad that God make me this way through my late mother and my late father. But I am entitled to do whatever I can to help. And the man space is the black man. They're still fighting for that shot. Still fighting for that last layup so we can win the game. Not just collectively, but as a whole of the brotherhood for us as black men. So 6:30 tonight is going down. 6:30 p.m. East Standard Time tonight is going down. Want you to go get some more food, because I'm giving out food today. I'm giving out food today. Okay? Want you to come back at 6:30 tonight, 6:30 p.m. East Standard Time. On behalf of my channel, the Underrated Darkness, yours truly, the Underrated One, the number one greater, one of the best kept secrets on YouTube. Believe that. My brother Rashid, thank you as always, my brother. Oh yeah, I want you to go check on his stuff. He got some nourishing food for us on his channel. I want you to go check it out. Check it out, please. Put a comment or two. Let's get them lights up. Okay? Let's make it happen for our brother Rashid and Gold Professor and the ones he mentioned, all right? So be safe out there, family. Until sick call. Who is the private chat? Okay, I got you. Okay, okay. Um, until in a few hours from now, 6:30. Like I said, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. I will be back. Got some good for the family. All right, and most likely it's going to be a self live. Yeah, it's going to be self live. But I want y'all to come back. Be safe out there. Love y'all. This is the Underrated Men's Breakfast Fellowship Live. And this one is Ghost. Be safe. Again, Ghost.